All right, poker fans and degens, buckle in, because we're diving into one of the wildest, most high voltage episodes of No Gamble, No Future Yet. Season 7, Episode 15 just aired, and if you missed it, I promise you this is one recap you won't want to skip. Legendary blow-ups, triple barrel bluffs, and some truly bonkers hands make this season finale a stone classic. So, whether you're Team Hellmuth, a Jennifer Tilly superfan, or just here for pure poker drama, stick around as I break down the action, twists, and what that crazy wheel of pain was really all about. Now, right out the gate, Phil Hellmuth, Mr. Poker Brat himself, is riding high. He's got the wheel of pain advantage, which basically means that at any time, if he's heads up against someone in a big pot, he can ask to see one of their cards. Talk about psychological warfare. But there's a catch. The reveal token only works if he actually uses it. And if someone else lands the wheel spin before he does, he loses the power. So tensions are already thick as Phil scopes out when to drop this bomb. We open with Hellmuth in classic form, min raising with pocket queens and sitting on the button, playing textbook tight, aggressive. But Jennifer Tilly, forever unpredictable, steps in, not letting Phil run over the table. The banter kicks up immediately, with jokes about her name, Jenny, Jen, or Mems. Tilly. Poker table etiquette is a real thing, folks. Phil ends up flopping top set on a queen-9 deuce board, but, shockingly, doesn't rake in the monster pot you'd expect. Nick Wright's involved, but Phil just grabs enough to right his ship after some swings earlier. From the start, we get those signature Phil moments, celebrating even small wins, staying 100% authentic, and keeping the game's emotional temperature cranked up. The pace picks up as the session slides into bomb pot territory. Every player gets a hand, and everyone is in. Suddenly, pre-flop discipline goes out the window as the table starts slinging chips with almost any two cards. Joe Stapleton, aka Stapes, forever the stream's comic relief, and low-key poker shark, manages a brutal fold, missing a flush draw but dodging disaster. It's fold equity with a side of self-deprecating humor. He represents all of us as the wheel master general, by laying down the nuts when it counts. Now, if you like wild props and meta game, watch the coin drama. Phil still sits on his big reveal token, though the table never lets him forget that time's ticking. The rules are quirky. You can only use it in a heads-up pot. The other player chooses which card you get to see, and if someone else spins the wheel, the coin can get jacked from Phil entirely. Multiple hands go by where Phil could have used the advantage, most notably against Dirt Dad. When a tricky Jack 8 board leaves him guessing, and he ends up folding the best hand. The table's quick to remind Phil, you could have used your reveal. But in classic brat fashion, he shrugs off the lost EV for table banter and laughs. But this isn't just the Hellmuth show. Jennifer Tilly comes loaded for bear tonight. She reloads massive stacks 145, zeroes in at one point, eventually covering the table and raising the stakes for everyone. She gets into it with Hellmuth in a monster hand. Tilly flops the nut straight holding 10-9 of diamonds, while Phil has top pair and a chance at 2 pair on the turn. Tilly's run good is in full swing, value betting Phil all the way to the river and stacking his 2 pair for an extra 6,500 while he fumes. "This is what she does to me," Helmuth rants, encapsulating the win-lose dynamic between these two poker icons. No surprise, Tilly gets named Wizard of the Day for this surgical take down, her GTO poker instincts on full display. Meanwhile, the action isn't just classic value poker. Taylor, Lightning, Wilson makes 2 heroic bluffs in huge pots, firing on turn and shoving river, only for Helmuth to finally use the big reveal at the perfect time. On a monster river shove from Lightning, Phil activates the token, gets a look at a random card, the 4, and deduces he's ahead of Lightning's range. He makes the call for a 25,000 pot. It's pure poker go drama and classic Helmuth bravado. The coin play, delayed almost the full session, finally saves Phil from an expensive mistake, sparking crowd cheers and even more table banter. Another highlight comes from Daniel, Dad Poker Shill, who wins a massive hand with bottom set deuces against rips, who turns top 2 but can't improve on the river. The banner about Mollards poker slang for pocket deuces flies across the table, with Brent Hanks declaring it the greatest hand in poker. Dad's win is one of the biggest pots of the night, keeping the action fierce right to the end. Let's not forget Nick Wright, host of First Things First. Earlier, he gets lucky against Jennifer Tilly, then hangs tough all session, surviving swings and pulling off some key pots. Witness his table presence and quick wit, proving at least tonight, he's more than just a TV personality, that he can play poker and take the heat. Table chemistry is always strong on No Gamble, No Future, but tonight it's electric, with Wright taking friendly jabs from Phil, Stapes, and the rest. As the episode winds down, Stapes makes one last move, limping in with ace-king and catching a king on the flop. He gets paid by Phil, who can't resist calling down. Then Stapes spikes a clean river and locks up a $20 Zarzand win before the final credits. It's the perfect coda for the night, the wheel master getting his due after sweating out monster hands, tight folds, and endless table jokes. So what's the real story behind this episode? In classic No Gamble, No Future fashion, it's the interplay of skill, luck, and personality. Phil Helmuth rides the roller coaster, sometimes forgetting or refusing to use his game, changing coin until the literal best possible moment. Jennifer Tilly plays fearless, stacking huge and taking calculated risks for headline wins. Lightning Wilson tests the edge with bold bluffs, but gets picked off. Dad's Mallards hold for an epic double up, and Nick Wright keeps the TV Sorocker poker hybrid energy going. It's a night of poker where the stakes aren't just the chips, they're pride, wit, and which legend will talk the biggest game as the chips fly. If you're new to Poker Go or No Gamble, No Future, this episode captures everything fans love about high-stakes, personality-driven cash games. Brilliant hands, wild table talk, clever props, and tournament-level talent mixing it up with the biggest characters in the game. The final packs in more drama per hand than most entire seasons, with the coin twist, bomb pots, massive straddles, river shoves, and hero calls making every moment must watch. It's been a wild ride on this episode, and I hope this recap helped you catch every sweat, bluff, and victory dance. Let me know in the comments what your favorite hand of the night was, which player you think played best, and if Phil Hellmuth's coin strategy was genius or just classic brat luck. Smash that like button, share with your fellow poker fans, and subscribe for more deep recaps and ending explains just like this. See you at the tables, and remember, see no gamble, no future.